The psychedelic art might be as ancient as humankind. Prehistoric rock art sites date back from around 20,000 BCE. In the Lascaux caves in France, cave paintings seem to have a shamanic influence, according to some authors.
Probably have to look all the way back to, like some of the ancient cave paintings in France that we've discovered. It seems like a lot of this art has a shamanic use to it. Some argue that the use of some of these developing humanoids and hominids that ingested psychedelics, that it makes a reasonable amount of sense that if you had a kind of an earlier form of consciousness and you had the experience of stumbling upon psychedelics, that it would want to make you might have the desire to express that in some sort of creative forms.
This is Android Jones. His inspiration leaves us speechless and invites us to enter into his work. We meet him digitally near Denver, Colorado in the United States. As an artist, he shares with us some visions about psychedelic inspiration.
They did help clean my mind. They did help me see reality in a less cluttered way. And they kind of got me out of my own way. And that sometimes, it's all different. Sometimes it put me in really dark spaces. Sometimes it helped me put me more in touch with like a higher aspect of myself, and allowed for kind of a deeper conversation either with spirit or my own subconsciousness in order to express things that I wouldn't have expressed without being in that state of mind.
Rather than using brushes, pencils, or more organic compounds, Android Jones uses electricity, hardware, and software. He is at the forefront of electronic mineralist art movement.
I describe my art as electro mineralism because it's based off the medium, because it's made with electricity, and the tools I use, the laptops and Wacom's and computers, are all made of like magnesium and silicon and quartz and basically minerals, elements of minerals. Our consciousness has expanded to the point where a sufficient amount of people feel that they needed to combine electricity and different minerals together to create tools to express themselves. Once the tools become more of the second nature, I find that it seems to really increase the capabilities of what I'm able to communicate. A lot of the images that I make, they're just like a postcard of infinity. They're like a snapshot of a larger experience that's happening. In essence, it's like a window that allows me to kind of have a deeper reflection into my own imagination. I work by myself in order to kind of cultivate my own energy and my discipline and my practice. And what's exciting about the live acts is you're able to really harness the energy and the excitement and the curiosity of hundreds and thousands of people. And if you can tune into that and not let it intimidate you or create any fear, and you can use that as energy to give you like a greater sense of feedback and like direct response into your creative process.
Android Jones is collaborating with the Boom Festival since 2008.
I think a real advantage to these visionary art galleries at festivals is that to truly appreciate a piece of psychedelic art, you almost need the rite of passage. Like you need to almost be initiated into it to really understand the depths of it. And in most cases, for some psychedelic pieces to really unfold their true frequency and the true transmission, one does need to be under the influence of psychedelic. You don't have to, but it definitely doesn't hurt. I know for a lot of paintings, if an artist is in a psychedelic state and makes a painting, and someone is in that same type of psychedelic state when they view the painting, a lot of evidence that I've experienced suggests that there's a whole new trans-dimensional realm that opens up there.
For more than a decade, he has been traveling to make art and art galleries at festivals around the world.
When you you zoom out a little bit, it almost you can see a larger narrative that takes shape within this. You can see the different symbols and colors and symbology that all the artists are working for. And there's times where when you see it all at once, one, that it's powerful because the experience is kind of overwhelming when you see all that art at the same time. But two, you almost get a sense that there's a greater consciousness that exists independently of all these different artists, that at the same time is possibly working through all of them to better illustrate like this infinite narrative, and using the artists themselves to explore this and to communicate that to other people.